Hello once again, gamers. Kruznik X back with more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. Uh, we are 5 levels away from becoming a full-fledged White Mage. Before we start off, however, I do want to give a special shout out to a certain player who I haven't had the chance to play with as of late. We used to do a whole bunch of Minecraft streams together, and he was a good player, good person. And if you want to check him out, feel free to Epic Dude 123. And if you're watching this on YouTube.com, feel free to drop by his channel, which I will link in the description below later when I upload this to YouTube. Until then, let's get right down to the nitty-gritty of our level 45 White Mage questline. Now, when we last left off, we were still having a little trouble with convincing Arun that we were for real. But I think he turned his view of us turned a little bit to the positive. We're not entirely sure, but I'd like to think we made some headway there. That being said, we're going to get to our one or two level 45 White Mage quests and get right down to it. Alright, Little Miss talks a lot. Let's get into it.
Your command of white magic has advanced considerably, Chris. Yes, the time draws near. Let us begin our preparations for the quieting. At its roots, the ritual is no different from the acts of pacifying that you have already performed. The difference lies only in the difficulty of the effort. The Great One possesses a power unfathomably more intense than the elementals you have communed with thus far. Power so immense that a mage might be easily overwhelmed by the sheer force of its will. To prevent such a catastrophic fate, our tradition decrees that a special garb must be donned before performing the ritual. I have prepared for you these pieces, but I fear they will not avail you in their current state. So it is that I would send you on a journey. I trust you know the story of Atoa Kant. Rare among the Pajal, he left the forest behind to travel the realm, healing the land and its people. As tribute to his wanderlust, after he passed, his ashes were divided among several urns, which were in turn carried to the far reaches of the realm. And it was there, in the distant lands that the great mage so loved, that his ashes were buried, and monuments erected in his honor. You are to go on a pilgrimage to these sites, and receive the blessings of your forebear. Only then will the garb I have gifted you be imbued with its divine powers. Mind you, you will find that these places are not as welcoming as they might have been in Master Atoa's time. The first site is on the shores of western Lenosha, in a place now feared as the Serpent's Tongue, home to a band of vile pirates. The next is to be found in Mordona, in that overgrown labyrinth of roots and vines so affectionately known as the Tangle. I do hope that Master Atoa's ashes have survived those most oppressive environs. The third site I would have you visit is perhaps the most treacherous location of the lot, Raubon's Push in northern Thanalan, a stone's throw from an imperial stronghold. I urge you to exercise extreme caution.
Alright, let's start with Atoa Kant in western Lenosha. Oh, we're going into the Sapsa spawning grounds. Oh, fuck me. Oh, we're going near. Alright, I know how to handle these situations. We just don't. Luckily for us, Chris Valentine is many things, and one of them is a high-level Dark Knight. So we're going to basically do all the hard parts as a Dark Knight and just bypass the whole bullshit. Alright, here we go. See how nothing messes with us? Nothing messes with us when we're a high enough level. For those of you wondering where the Path of the Dark Knight questline is, we'll come to it. We'll come back to it at least when once we get into Heavensward content. Oh. Let's hope. The gravestone is inscribed with an epitaph paying tribute to the life and deeds of the great mage Atoa Kant. Alright, /pray. Your garb is now blessed with the power of Atoa Kant. And we've received the healer's gloves. Next up, the Tangle in Mordona. This one we're gonna do as a ninja because I do not know how we're gonna navigate that shit. So, we head to Revenant's Toll in Mordona. Alright, let's ride. Oh, I just forgot. Much better. There it is. Still good after all this time. Alright. Alright. We got the second part. The healer's boots. Alright. And we're in another Raubon's Push. I know where that... At least that one I know where it is. Raubon's Push is near the cerulean processing plant. I know it's kind of cheap, but I want to get through these as fast as possible so I'm not like wasting time on a 45-minute stream, you know? Epitaph to Fluidity. Alright. And finally, the Healer's Klutz. Alright, looking good so far. Whoops, I keep messing that up. Alright, we're headed back to Camp Tranquil. Healer shorts. Alright, there's always one more piece, and I know it's not going to be easy to get.
Your safe return heartens me, Chris. I can feel newfound power emanating from the garb I gave you. I trust that this stage of your pilgrimage was a success. Now that you have traveled the realm and seen the land as Master Ottawa did, I would share with you the rest of his tale. The histories claim that Ottawa Kant disappeared in the mountains of Ogamoro, the kobold motherland. This is not untrue, but there is more to the story. When the great mage did not return from his journey, one of his most devoted students went in search of him. As the legends have it, the young mage single-handedly fought off veritable legions of kobolds while scouring the mountains for any sign of his master. Sadly, it was as all had feared. Though the young mage eventually found his master, the great Ottawa Kant lived no more. As if the death of the man were not enough, Thyrus, Ottawa Kant's great staff, a mighty relic passed down by his ancestors, was lost to the shadows. Undeterred, the young mage fought off the kobold hordes to carry his master's remains back to the surface. A ceremony was held to honor Master Ottawa's life and deeds, and urns housing his ashes were carried off to the far-reaching frontiers of which he was so fond of in his living years. All the urns, that is, except for one. Yes, though the precise location is known to only a few. Master Ottawa also rests closer to home, here in the Twelveswood. Not far from Proud Creek, you will find yet another monument to the great mage. Take with you this habit, and pay your respects as before. If you keep pure intentions in your heart and in your mind, then the healer's robe shall be your reward.
Proud Creek, where is that? North Shroud. We are off to Fallboard. And there is no way I'm fucking with that when I'm this tired. We're damn well into the Ixali logging grounds from there. Yeah, damn too close to the Ixali logging grounds. Oh, of course it's gotta be near a whole bunch of Doulahan. Done. The grave has been defiled and its contents appear to have been stolen. The power of Atoa Kent has been lost here. Return to Camp Tranquil and seek counsel from Raya Osena. Well, shit. Well, it was obviously the Ixal who did it. You just make it that much harder for me, don't ya? Alright, start talking, Red.
The urn holding Master Atoa's ashes was stolen? This cannot be!
It was.
Grave robbery is damnable enough crime in itself, but what manner of scoundrel would dare defile the resting place of a Pajal? Rest assured that I will investigate this heinous crime immediately. In the meantime, your pilgrimage demands you travel to one last destination. The final leg of your journey will take you to the very place that Master Atoa drew his last breath. Ogamoro, the homeland of the kobolds in Outer Lenosha. It is there, in plain sight of the kobold dig, that the student of whom I spoke did erect a monument to his fallen master.
Alright. The Ogamoro grounds, which means we're headed to Camp Overlook. I wish she wouldn't talk so much, and I wish I didn't have to do voiceovers for her. That is way too close to Kobold territory for comfort, so I'm going in as a Dark Knight. Wait a minute. Oh, it's... Oh. I thought it was going to be right near the Yugamo... This was much easier than I expected. The gravestone is inscribed with an epitaph, paying tribute to the life and deeds of the great mage Atoa Kent. And now we have the final piece. Well, the almost final piece. The Healer's Circlet, which we will show in our character. Just because, not too bad. Alright, back to Camp Tranquil. Again. Excuse me.
Welcome back, Chris. The journey was not an easy one, I trust, and yet I knew that Master Atoa would guide you safely back to me. In your travels, you have received the blessings of our great ancestor, and yet, this was not the sole reason I sent you on this pilgrimage. Perhaps you sensed something of my intentions during your trip. Yes, Chris. As he who would inherit Master Otowa's legacy, I wanted you to truly walk in his footsteps. To see the realm in both its beauty and its suffering, with your own eyes, as the great mage did so long ago. And yet, it is strange, no? A pirate's lair, a rampant jungle, mountains of fire. Of all the hostile environs to which you journeyed, the single grave despoiled was that which rests right here in our forest home. I suspect this was the handiwork of no witless grave robber, but rather someone who knew all too well the value of that which was buried within. We must uncover the truth behind this crime, and return Master Otowa's ashes to their rightful resting place, and quickly. You are with me, yes?
Yep, let's do it.
Grave robbery is loathsome enough crime in its own right, but to defile the final resting place of a Pajal, such an act could only be performed by the lowliest of bandit scum. Though I would like to think that the elementals have already delivered due justice to the villain, we must take no chances in allowing an escape. Whilst you were away, I put my best Moogle on the hunt, searching for any sign of the culprit or the stolen remains. I dare say he should have a clue or two for us by now. At least he better, if he values that little ball on his head. Suffice it to say, though many Forestborn think of the Moogles as blessed, my own personal experience has found them to be more touched than anything else.
Oh, we're talking to one of the Moogles right here.
Oh, mistress, you shouldn't say such hurtful things. It is most becoming of a sea-seer, Kupo. But fine, don't listen to me. Why, I told her just the other day that this is why she remained, shall we say, unspoken for. She might not react to that phrasing at present, but her ire was indeed fierce, Kupo. Of course, you have not come to discuss my mistress's temper, but the grave robbery. A most unforgivable act of villainy, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did, Kupo. I am pleased to say, and you will be pleased to hear, that the culprit did not escape Moogle eyes, Kupo. Well, my eyes he did escape. My associate, Pugno Pokey, however, claims to have seen a band of ruffians skulking off in the direction of Red Belly Hive, with various and sundry stolen goods in tow. Among them, a rather conspicuously elaborate urn, Kupo. I do not know what the Red Bellies are up to, but surely it can be nothing good. Please, Chris, go quickly. If the urn is lost, I fear Raya-O's ire will be the least of my worries, Kupo.
I hate doing Moogle voices. And this is actually pretty urgent. Actually, we can teleport to Quarry Mill for this. It's in this... Oh, there it is.
Those thieving crooks! Those crooked thieves! Defiling the resting place of a Pajal! Why, no amount of thrashings, lashings, and bashings would suffice. Koopa? Why, if it isn't the dashing white mage Koopa spoke of, and not a moment too soon. Why, I was just about to swoop in and give them their comeuppance myself. Now that you're here, however, I believe I'll just sit back and enjoy the show, Koopo. Those vile red bellies tossed the urn onto some ramshackle wagon, a most ignoble fate for a Paw-Jaw legend, I do declare, and carted it northwise toward their hive. You will retrieve it safe and sound, won't you, Koopo?
Yep, we'll search it all right. Hello, fuckers. There we go. Anything more? No? Good. Alright, let's bring back the Yearn. Oh, this way. No, this way. Just... Alright, let's try this. Here it is.
Thank you, Chris. The remains of our exalted forebear, hauled away by brigands like a sack of loot. Is this what our land has come to? There can be no doubt. It is the Great One's fury that brings such chaos to the Troll's Wood. The situation is grave indeed. I shall have our wood whalers deal with the red bellies. We have more important matters before us. And yet, I fear we have hit another snag. Though the urn has been safely recovered, the harsh treatment it suffered at the hands of the bandits has taken its toll. Uprooted from its proper resting place, the power of Atoa once housed within has grown dim. I shall return the urn to its rightful home. Perhaps over time it will return to its former state. And yet, I fear time is a luxury we do not have. We must explore other means to enchant the ritual garb. I will consult with my brother to see what knowledge he might have to offer. In the meantime, I would ask that you master your newfound skills as best you can. There is no telling when the Great One's fury might grow too strong to contain. We must be ever prepared.
And with it, we've finished the level 45 quest and finally got the ability Holy. I've been waiting for this for quite a while to spam this like a frickin' jackass. But for those of you who don't know exactly how it looks, let's show you right now. It's literally giving people seizures as we speak. Yep, I'm going to enjoy the crap out of this. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode of Cruise Next Purgatory. When we return, when next we go live, we will be finishing up the A Realm Reborn White Mage storyline with the final level 50 quest line, Heart of the Forest. And hopefully we won't have to listen to Raya O's voice for quite some time. But until then, that's it for this episode of Cruise Next Purgatory. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on twitch.tv/CruiseNickX or live with PlayStation and you like this show, feel free to hit the follow button below and be sure to turn on notifications so you're informed of all of my live streams the moment they air. If you're watching this on youtube.com/CruiseNickXTTV and you like this video, feel free to hit the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me. Click here to watch the final path of Realm Reborn, Path of the White Mage questline, and click here to watch the previous one. Until next time, CruiseNickX, signing out.